Hello, Princess.
Hello.
Hi. I'm right here in London with Princess Bright. She's a young lady that has aspired to achieve so much in her life. At the age of 17, she was elected a mayor, young mayor, and at the same time, she had a first class in accounting. Let's hear more from her. Princess, how were you able to be selected as a mayor at 17?
Wow. From a very young age, my mum has been involved in politics. So she was the mayor of Hackney in 2004 to 2006. So that's when my interest in politics stirred up. I was involved in local campaigning, I was her consort, I attended many events, I saw ceremonial events, and I said, this is something that I'd like to get involved in. And I saw how she was able to aspire and do well in her community. My parents have always been community people, and it's something that's been installed in me from birth. So when we moved to this area, Romford, where I presently live, we saw that there was an advertisement for young mayor of Havering. Now in this borough, it's predominantly a white borough, but as a young black female, I felt that I want to stand out. I want to do something different. So I put myself forward, I put through my manifesto, the things I wanted to change in this community, and I went through for the interviews.
Wow.
I spoke, I had the election, I went to many schools, I campaigned. I saw many young people and I told them what my passion was and why I wanted to change this borough and make sure they have an interest in politics. The elections came by and I won with landslide victory. I was elected the young mayor of Havering at the age of 17. I ran for 1 year, and at the end of my first year, I was asked to stand for 2 years. That is a great testimony, and it's from God. I'm so happy, excited.
Wow, that's really exciting.
Thank you.
And why, you said they wanted you to go back a second time. That means you've done something very interesting.
Yes.
Like what?
So the young people in this borough, they weren't really interested in politics. They didn't have a clue about who their mayor was, who a leader was, political parties. I went into schools. I did a lot of education with regards to politics, even if it's just about local politics. The youth crime within our borough, it dropped. A lot of people are getting more involved in politics, attending conferences. I brought many people into the borough, speaking about politics, speaking about things that could change our community. So within Havering, they saw what the youth were doing, how things were changing. They said, Princess must stay. And I stayed, I ran again, and it was fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank
and
you.
You made it first class.
Oh, yes, I did. I studied accounting with finance at the University of Westminster.
What motivated you?
So my dad, from young, he's really installed in us the ability for us to study hard, and he said education is what will pave the way for you. As much as I do my extracurricular stuff on the side, politics, I've always believed that education is very important. I went to university, studied accounting, worked hard, have faith, achieved the first class honours. And I believe that nothing is impossible as long as you put in the work, put in the hours, work hard, stay committed, stay persevered, and be very great at what you do.
You're the first one. Even when you were talking, it shows you really know what you want from life.
Definitely.
Did you face any peer pressure as a young person?
In fact, I
while
did.
trying to achieve,
Yes, I did. My older brother, in fact, he's a genius. He finished university with a first class at the age of 17. So there was a lot of pressure on me to fulfill what my parents wanted and also what I wanted for myself. Especially being the first child, the first girl, in fact. I wanted to make sure that I followed in the footsteps that my brother had already set. For him to graduate at 17 with a first class, there was no reason why, when we're from the same mother and the same father, why I couldn't do so. So I made sure I stayed focused and it came to pass.
Wow.
So yes.
So what do you have to say to other young people out there that are struggling? Some of them may not be that bright and some of them may be, but friends, distractions. What do you have to say to youth out there concerning aspiring and being motivated?
In terms of aspiring and being motivated, I'd say definitely set yourself goals. So when it comes to me, I made sure I set myself goals. Now that I've been elected to stand as a councillor, it was a goal that I set myself when I was 16. When I finished young mayor, I said, next step is councillor. If you don't set yourself goals, you'll be lazy. And when you're lazy, you can't really achieve much in life. Make sure you set yourself goals. You don't have to be that academic because there's so many young people who are good at singing, good at acting, good at drumming. That's what's paving way for them. I heard today in our church a pastor who spoke about him being a very good drummer. That's what paved the way for him to getting into a school that he desired. It's your talent that will pave way for you. You don't have to be that academic. I believe that. So make sure you set yourself goals, stay steadfast with it, and be very diligent. That will get you far.
Wow. So now you've been selected for a councillor in this borough.
Yes.
So who did that?
So I'm part of a local party, the Labour Party, and within my local area I've always been involved in campaigning. We had the snap election that came up not too long ago. I was involved in campaigning. I used social media to take politics to another level. Young people were involved. They were coming out campaigning on the doorstep, talking to local residents, finding out what the issues are. So when it came to selection, the local people all stood up and said, yes, we want Princess Bright to represent us. We want her to be elected.
Wow.
So that went through. I said my speeches. They elected me. And glory to God, if I become elected, I'll be the youngest councillor Barking and Dagenham has ever had. So we have to give thanks to God. It is already set in stone.
So what's your plan? What do you really want to do in this Barking and Dagenham?
In Barking and Dagenham specifically, I want to make sure that the youth are more engaged in politics. Now, it doesn't have to be the actual system, but even if it's just coming out campaigning, being involved in local issues, going to conferences, speaking about issues that affect young people today, gun and knife crime. We see that there's a rise in acid attacks. These are issues that as young people, if we come together, we can tackle. So my aim is to make sure I put a forum together where young people are able to voice out their opinions so that things can change. We are the youth today, but we're the future of tomorrow. Let us stand together to make a difference.
Wow, you're really amazing.
Thank you so much.
Talking to you, I feel inspired, honestly, because it just shows you are who you are. You don't need extra motivation. You're already motivated. So say to my camera, keep watching Youth on Issues.
Keep watching Youth on Issues. Please do.
Thank you.
Thank you.